So these 18 features are just a sample to just create curiosity in you. We are going to in detail discuss about the different levels of male and female. First, let us talk about these three things. That is, what is female psychology's nature and how do they solve problems, and also what are their strengths and weaknesses. There are different levels and there are a different intensity we can discuss this topic. This topic is so huge that it can run a separate program of 3 hours, 4 hours course. But here we are just giving you a highlight and a bird view of this entire gender system, so that using this you can improvise your intimacy with your partner. So nature of a woman or nature of a female psychology with emotion will be collective. What is collective? Collectively, if you are more emotional person, then you are psychologically female. And the psychologically female people will be intellectually, non-active? No. They will be active, but that will be selective. Whenever necessary, they will use their intelligence and they will get back to their basic mode, that is emotion. Whereas if you see the male's perspective, let us do simultaneously. Again, the same graph. Let us, So the same graph, and here too we have emotional, and male's emotions will be selective. They will not, the male psychology people are not emotional. Male psychology is more logics and less emotions. That is why they are also emotion, but their emotional level is more selective. Only when they require, they use it, but collectively intellectual. Whereas a female psychology person will have more emotion. Collectively, a person will be called as an emotional person and intellectually selective. And the selective intellectual person can be very, very sharp, and even he can or she can take a profession with respect to intelligence. That doesn't make any difference. A scientist in the top rank can be psychologically male and psychologically female, either way possible, because both are intellectual and both are emotional, right? So the selectiveness where they use matters. So a person, you can't ask a question, so therefore men are more intellectual and female are more emotional. Is this what your judgment is? This question, if you ask, then you have not understood the basics of gender, which I have discussed till now. Because we are not talking about the gender at all, and gender can't be compared, and gender are unique in nature and they are interdependent, and only when both the genders come together they form a completeness, and every person should have equal proportion of both. That is, male psychology should have a motherhood and female psychology should have manliness. Only then they will become complete and the world will be sustainable. So we have discussed all these things. So don't get into the basic, questions on a feminist or a male chauvinist perspective questions. We are not discussing those kinds of gender at all. Now, problem solving approach. Imagine you have a problem solving approach when it comes to yourself. When you get into problem, what kind of solution you will look into it? When you are in trouble, if you share, if you want to talk to people about your problem, if you want to ask different people's opinion, you want to share. It's not even asking opinion, it is just sharing. You want to tell your problems to one or the other. You call your friends or you look for your beloved ones and you want to just talk about your problem. If this is your nature, when you get into problem, then you are more of a female psychology person. Is this bad? No. Why? Because the female psychology people can handle their problems by themselves and they don't want solutions from outside. They share to people just to get support emotionally, because they are emotionally collectively, they are at the end of the day emotional person. So they don't want your ideas or intelligence, because they are very capable to use their intelligence selectively and solve the problem. But what they require is your attention. So that is why you see generally males are with male domination and females are with the female psychology domination. But there are definitely good number of people are vice versa also, right? So that is why generally people say, whenever there is a problem, your mother or your sisters, they used to come and talk, and they will not tell, they will just tell so many things, this, that. We will be in detail discussing the topic of communication, but let us not hurry. I'm just giving you with respect to the self problem solving approach. They want to talk, they want to share, they want to tell, and they want to listen to your compassion, not your intelligence. That is why conflict happens many a times. When mother comes and tells the problem to father, father starts thinking why. Let's see what is father's approach. When problem happens to others, let's say your father is a male dominated person and mother is a female dominated person psychologically, right? So when your mother comes and shares her problem, and your father is listening, how your father will listen? Reasoning. Your father will think, okay, how to solve this problem, who is the culprit, how to address, how to reduce this confusion. Your father will bring all the logics possible to solve the problem. But in the first place, mother doesn't want a solution from father. Mother just wants attention from father. Mother just wants to have someone to listen to her complaints. Many a times, just if you listen to your wife or husband for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, now I understood what to do. And suddenly that person will get up and do the job and forget and even solve the problem by herself or himself. You're understanding me? So this is called as sharing when there is a problem. Then how will a female psychology dominated person will address if somebody else is having a problem? Let's say somebody is coming and telling the problem. The female dominated person will care, will console, will counsel, talk, compassion, all these stuffs will happen. So these are all the basic differences from a female psychology and a male psychology. I think you are very much excited, and also whenever I'm saying different things, you are getting different memories of different people and your own self, right? That's how it should be, because this course is not just for listening and forgetting. This is about everyday lifestyle. So mile is about life education, right? It can't be book education. So I want you to literally compare, connect, and plan, and put even a matrix on how, what, when, where. Only then you will understand what kind of a combination you are, right? Okay, so this is going to be little philosophical. Strength and weakness. The female psychology's strength is love. Their strength is love. They want to give, they can't take. That is why mothers will be more happy when they sacrifice their food for their children. So let's say there is a rasagulla made and one rasagulla is left out and mother didn't eat, and when you ask one more rasagulla, mother will be very happy to give her rasagulla to you even without tasting a single bit. Whereas generally the father psychology can't do it. They want to first taste or keep one away for himself, and then only he can start. Generally, I'm talking about psychological genders. And the second one is rock-in. What is rock-in? Women are strong inside and tender and soft outside. In life, when you closely observe, the more crying people are women. That's what we see in the movies and even in life. But that is not true. Their tears are just from their external strength, but inner strength is so strong. I can go on discussing this perspective to prove it. Men are very strong outside. Their physical body is very strong, but internally they are so weak. Weak may be a little deeper word, but they are so soft. They are easily disturbable. Their inner core is very, very soft. Physically they are strong. Their height, weight, shoulder size, hip size, leg size, their strength, stamina, whatever you call. But as a male, the inner core is very, very soft. That is why in love failure, you see more love failure songs from male and not from female, because females can take the pain. The best example, mother's pregnancy, delivery pain. that much of huge pain, a human being can't even imagine that much. They say DC, right? The unit of pain, right? If a man gets that pain, he will die. Those many bones, crushing pain a woman gets, and she smiles at the end of the pain. My God, if a male gets the ability to, bear a child, and deliver a child, the man will hate the child from heart, because you are the creator of pain in the first place. So men are strong outside and soft inside, and women are soft outside and strong inside. And what is the other dimension of male? See here, ego. Men are more egoistic, and that is not weakness always. Please do understand, that's the strength too. We will discuss in future when we talk about different segments, but just keep this in mind. Don't get into conclusions based on the WhatsApp messages and the forward messages. Ego, you can't leave ego at all. Ego is nothing but I. What's your name? I am. If you say, then you are egoistic, because you are saying I am, right? I am fat, I am tall, I am educated, I can speak, I can think, I am. All these things are egoistic statements, right? So ego is not bad. If you use it in a wrong way, if you superimpose so many things on that I, then it is bad. So the person of male psychology will have more I or ego, and that is the strength, and also that is the weakness. And the same way, they are strong outside, that is their strength, and that is their weakness. The same way for women also. I hope we have covered so many things. I'll just take a small dimension, and then I will move on to the action plan. Male and female ratio, we have already discussed this. I'll just give you a sample. A person can be physically male, and psychologically only 25% male and 75% female. There is no app, there is no parameter, there is no lab test to prove what is your psychological gender, because it continuously changes and it is dependent on time, place, and people. We have discussed all these things, but in general, you will have a certain domination of one gender in your psychology. So in action plan, we will discuss how to utilize it.